السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الحمد لله الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد، أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. ربي زدني علما. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم. I welcome you all to the class of دروس اللغة العربية لغير ناطقين بها. And inshallah ta'ala, today we are continuing from lesson number, as usual, from where we left off last time, from lesson number 7, inshallah ta'ala. So we did Ismul Alat, right? And we learned that there are three patterns for Ismul Alat. And one is mif'alun, that is miftahun. One is mif'al, like mibradun, right? And one is mif'alatun, which is miknasatun. It's just patterns, mif, right? Mif'al, mif'ala, and mif'al. So now we need to find out, identify the ismul alat in the following sentences and mention the pattern of each of them. نعم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال. عن means from over here. From Abu Huraira رضي الله عنه that the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم said قال المؤمن مرآة المؤمن. المؤمن المؤمن مرآة المؤمن. And the Ismul Alat is mir'atu. The believer is the mirror of another believer. Mir'atu. Mir'atu. The Ismul Alat is mir'atu. Waznuhu mif'alatun. Mif'alatun. You can see the mad. The hamzas, two hamzas were changed into a mad. Mir'atun, mif'alatun. And the believer is the is a mirror of the another believer. في حديث in a hadith نزل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم مرقاة من المنبر. نزل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم مرقاة is a step, right? I think, yeah. نعم. مرقاة is a step from the minbar. So the Prophet ﷺ got down a step from the minbar. So mirqat, mirqatan, mif'alatun, mif'alat, mirqat. رقي يرقى مرقات is a step. نعم. رواه أحمد. في حديث in another hadith the Prophet نزل is to get down. طاف النبي صلى الله عليه الصلاة والسلام في حجة الوداع على بعير يستسلم الركن بالمحجن. متفق عليه. طاف, the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم did tawaf عليه الصلاة والسلام في حجة الوداع, in the last Hajj, in his Hajj of it's called حجة الوداع, Hajj, farewell Hajj. على بعير, بعير is a camel. On a camel. يستسلم. استسلم is to touch. So he was touching a rukna, right? He was touching the rukn. What is the rukn? The Hajr Aswad. Naam, Hajr Aswad and Rukn Yamani. Naam, you need to touch those two, right? So he's touching the, only one rukn is mentioned here, so maybe it's Hajr Aswad. Naam, with bil mihjan. Mihjan is a curved stick. Naam, the stick which will be curved, right? Mehjan, it'll be like curved like this, something, yeah. It'll be a stick, right? Like a hot hockey stick, which old people use to, yeah? Mehjan. So mehjanun, the pattern is mif'al. So these are all, ismul alat. And Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu anhuma قال نهى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم عن كل ذي ناب من السباع وعن كل ذي مخلب من الطير. رواه مسلم. Another hadith from Abdullah ibn Abbas رضي الله عنه. نهى Naha is prohibited. Huh? Naha, yanha is to prohibit. Naha Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam an kulli dhi nab. An kulli dhi nabin. Dhi nab is every bird which has claws. Nabun, claws, which has claws. And he prohibited minas sibai. And siba are those birds. I don't know how to translate. Let me search. Siba, the vulture kind of eagle and all those birds, right? Uh, the predator birds, yeah, maybe, yeah, predator birds. Nam, yeah, the predator birds. Siba. So all those predator birds which are zinab, which have the claws. وعن كل ذي مخلب من الطير. Mikhlab is also claws. So nab is something else, I think. Then nab is claws, but mikhlab is beak. No, not beak. Maybe I'm just confused between nab and mikhlab. Let's see the hadith. It's in Muslim, right? So we can directly find the hadith translation. Naha Rasulullah uh, an Naha will always come with an kulli dina bin Sahih Muslim. So we'll go to sunnah.com and paste the Arabic text. No. Sahih Muslim, Ibn Abbas, eating of fanged, yeah, fanged beasts of prey and having talons. So what is a talon? Talon is a claw. Yeah, talon is a claw, and fang is a so difficult translation that it fang. Fang is the yeah, is the sharp tooth, fangs, canines. So so nab like snakes, yeah. Mm. So nab is not claw. Nab is the canine teeth, the what do you call it? Yeah, canine teeth. Those are nab. I said claw, but it is the teeth, the teeth. And bird mikhlab is a claw from the birds. So Siba is a predator animal. It's not a bird. Siba is a predator animal. Naam. Beasts. Siba is a predator animal. So this is from the birds, and this is from the animal. Siba. Naam. Uh, so I was telling both are birds. No, this is one is animal, and the other is birds. Now and kulli dhi nabin. So all those animals are prohibited to eat lions and wolves and dogs, yeah, who have the sharp teeth, zunab, and from the birds which have claws, because birds don't have teeth, no? No. Mm. Yeah. Zinab is predator animal possessing. So this is the hadith. So where is the um, mif'al pattern? Mikhlab. Mikhlab is a claw. Now mikhlab is a claw. Claws. Nab is the canine teeth. Nab. Okay. معاني الكلمات الواردة في الأحاديث. Yeah, he's giving the meanings of these words. Yeah. البعير من الإبل بمنزلة الإنسان من الناس. يطلق على الجمل والناقة. بعير is those camels which are used to transport people. بمنزلة الإنسان. It includes both the he camel and the she camel. Yeah, so it could be a ba'id which transports, transporting camel. So some camels transport goods and stuff maybe, and some transport people. Because those transporting goods should be fed differently. You have to feed them more or something maybe. No. So ba'ir min al ibli from the camels. بمنزلة insan with the position of insan from the people. Like he wants to say that like one person is there from the people. Similarly ba'ir is like that. Ba'ir is from the people maybe what maybe he means the camel. استسلم الحجر الأسود. أي لمسه. استسلم. This is form 10, right? I alif sin ta, and it means to touch. استسلم الحجر الأسود. He touched. أي لمس. لمس also means to touch. لمس يلمس. Right? باب فتح, to touch. لمس يلمس, to touch. So he touched the ركن or حجر أسود. يستسلم is the مضارع. باليد, I mean with the hand he touched the حجر الأسود. To touch the black stone with the hand. الركن المراد به الحجر الأسود. What is the ركن here? الحجر الأسود. Because ركن يماني, you can also touch that, right? No, ركن يماني, but it's more important is حجر أسود. Either you touch the حجر أسود or you point it out, right? You say you say what? I forgot. Allahu Akbar. You say Allahu Akbar. Naam. When you point to the حجر الأسود. This is what you do. But Rukne Yamani, if you're able to touch, that's fine. But if you're not able to touch, you don't point it towards it, the Yamani corner. So it literally means Hajrul Aswad. A Rukn literally means a corner or a pillar, and is also applied to the black stone. Ruknan. The two Ruknans are the Rukn Yamani and as well as the Hajrul Aswad. The one Rukn is the black stone. This is the black stone. Al Mihjan Khashabat. Yeah, he gave a photo, right? This is the stick. خشبة في طرفها إعوجاج. It's a stick, a staff. خشبة, it's a wooden stick. خشبة, خشب means wood, wooden stick. It's a staff. Uh, and في طرفها إعوجاج. طرف is the end, its edge. It has a إعوجاج is a curve or a crookedness. Nam, it has a bent end. Okay. إعوجاج is crookedness. إعوجاج. Yeah. So it's bent like this. It's called mihjan. Hook. Yeah, there's a hook of the stick. Now, الناب. Yeah, he gave the meaning of nab also. السن بجانب الرباعية. So you have the molars, premolars, whatever. So rabaiya are called the. So these are whatever they're called. These are premolars maybe. This is molars, so premolars. And then you have the siba nab. So the teeth besides the premolars or molars, whatever. Jama anyab and yub, two plurals, anyab and yub, canine tooth. As-sab'u, singular is sab'u. It's not seven, no, it's sab'u. Predatory animal. Kullu ma lahu nabun. Incisors, yeah. Yeah, incisors. Nab. كل ما له ناب كالأسد والذئب والنمر. So a sab'u is all those which have those canine tooth. Kal-asad like lion, and zib is wolf, and namr tigers. Tiger. Jama siba'un. Sabu' siba' predatory animals. Those animals which are predatory. So nab as the tooth and the canine tooth, and sabu' are the animals. مخلب هو للطائر والسبع كالظفر للإنسان. Right? It will be like it is for the birds and the predatory animal, like the nail for the insan. So he gave a definition. It's like the nail for the human being. It's a claw. So he gave in English claw. الطير جمع مفرده طائر. So طائر is one bird, as plural is طير. There's also another plural, no, طيور. So a طائر could have طير or طيور. طائر طيور. Yeah. This is what we have. استخرج ما في الدرس exercise من أسماء الآلات واذكر وزن كل واحد منهما والفعل الذي اشتق منه. So all from the lesson uh, we have to find out, right? So غرفة مغرفة مقلاة مكواة مقص. All this in the lesson. مسطرة ممحاة مبراة مفتاح مسعد. A lift, a key. Mibra eraser. Mimhatun is eraser. Mibratun I forgot. As a shear or something, I guess. Miqas scissors, scale. Naam. Sharpener. Oh, mibratun is a sharpener. Naam. Mikwatun iron frying pan. Mighrafa is a ladle. No? Misad. Naam. Mibrat is a sharpener. Naam. Jazakallahu Khair. Next we have next exercise بين نوع كل من المشتقات الآتية. So all these are derivatives, right? In the previous lesson also we learned about derivatives, and this lesson also is all about derivatives, right? مشتقات they are called. مشتق من المصدر من الفعل. So you have the verb, and then you can make ismul file, right? File on the pattern file. Then we learned weak verbs and also all those things. Then there is ismul maf'ul. Then we also learned in book two the af'al pattern, the comparative and superlative, right? Ana akbaru minka and so on. Ismu tafdil, it is called ismu tafdil. We learned that. And this in previous lesson we learned ismu makan was zaman on the pattern of maf'al or maf'il, right? See, four of them we learned till now, four, right? And the fifth one, which we learned here, is the ismu alat, instruments. Ismu alat, the derivative of these. So, and there are another also sifatun mushabbahatun, which he doesn't teach, but that's also like ahsanu, no, hasanun, right? That is also a derivative kind of. And yeah, yeah. So these are the derivatives of our mushtaqat min al fi'l or min al masdar. Some people say it's a verb. It comes from the verb as we talked about, and some people say it came from the um, masdar. So name each one of the following derivatives. Mari'un, mar'an, mir'atun. Right? Mari'un, mar'an, mir'at. So mir'at we know, right? Mir'at we know, right? This is ismul alat. Mm. So mari and mar'an. So I think mari is maf'il pattern. So it should be a place of seeing. mm, A place of seeing. So this should be, I guess, because it's look like no maf'il pattern, maf'il pattern. So let's see. Mar'iyun ismul maf'ul. Oh, this is ismul maf'ul. Because it's ra'a, yara, and mar'yu'un became mari'un. The thing being seen, the vision, mari'un. Mar'an is ismul makan was zaman. Oh, okay. Mar'an is the place. I thought reverse because I saw a kasra because maf'ul became mar'yu'un and it got dropped. Okay, fine. So this is mari'un is the ismul maf'ul, the vision. Mar'an is the place where you see mar'an. Right? Ismu zaman wa makan. Mir'at is the ismu alatun. Now, because this hamza is a little confusing. Mikyal and makil. This should be easy. This is mif'al pattern. No, mikyal is the ismu alat, the thing which you measure. Mikyal. Or what we have to do here, we have to don't get it. See, we have to identify which word it is, which of the following derivative it is, right? We learned so many, right? There's file, ismul file, that is, and we learned ismul maful and ismu zaman wa makan and ismu alat, right? We learned all these things. Now, looking at the pattern, we should try to guess which pattern it is. Now, like for example, mari'un, because we cannot literally see what it is. So ra'a, yara is to see. Now, the maf'ul pattern should be madayu'un. But because waw and ya is coming together, the waw is dropped and then it gets a kasra. It became mad'i'un, mariyun, mariyun. So the thing being seen is called mari, the vision, right? Right? Something like that. So, and mad'an is the place. So it is like ra'a, yara is ba fataha, right? So you have to give fatha, maf'al pattern. Like zahaba yazhabu, mazhab, mazhab. Or kharaja yakhraju, makhraj, yakhruju, kharaja yakhruju. So this is ismu zaman wa makan. So this is which type of derivative it is? This is ismul maf'ul, right? This is ismul maf'ul. How did we identify? Well, we need to know this, that this got changed. Yeah? And mar'an is what? A place of seeing. Ismu zaman wa makan. Makan wa zaman. Right? Maf'al pattern. And then mir'atun, we know it is ismul ala. Just now we did mir'atun. Mif'al pattern. Right? So from the same word, we get so many words, right? So this is what is explaining. For example, kala yakilu, to measure. From that, we get mikyalun and makilun. So first we'll see mikyal. Mikyal, we know it is mif'al. The pattern we can see it. So mikyal is the thing of measuring cup, right? A measuring cup or something. So this is a ismul ala, that is for sure. And makil, because kala yakilu, the ismul maf'ul should have been makyulun, and then the waw is dropped and became makilun. So the thing being measured is called makil. So mikyal is the ismul alat and makil is ismul maf'ul. So same word, you might get confused and think that, oh, this is this and this is this. So he just want to explain. Like this might be a little difficult because these are mu'tal, weak verbs. Maybe this is more clear. Fatihun. I guess how the meaning change. Yes, meaning change. Mikyal, the measuring cup, and makil, the thing being measured. Naam, makil. Mawzun wa makil. Like here, it will be more clear. Fatihun, miftahun, maftuhun. So fatih is what? Which type of derivative it is? Can anyone guess? Ismul fa'il. Naam, ismul fa'il. We can see the pattern, right? Fa'il. So the one who is opening is called fatih. Mm. It's also used in the one who is the victor, who opens up the lands. Fatih. Like Fatihul Misr. Fatihul Misra. Amr ibn al-As. Right? Fatih. Fatihul Hind. Right? The one who conqueror of India. Naam. Surah to Fatiha. Naam. Yeah, the opener. Naam. Correct. Fatihatu. Because surah is feminine, that's why Fatihatu. Right? The opener. That is small file. Now miftah is what? Key, correct. Now which pattern? Alats. Now small alat, correct. And maftuh, maf'ul. Now small maf'ul. So same easy, no? Alhamdulillah. Because these were little ajwaf, this word, that's why this mari'un or mariyun or mar'an, it was a little confusing. Now it's more clear. Alhamdulillah. Maf'ul. So Fatih ismul fa'il, miftahun ismul alat, and maftuhun ismul maf'ul. Naam. Alhamdulillah. Similarly, mawlidun and mawludun. So what is mawlid? Walada yalidu is the verb. Mawlid. Which ismul fa'il? No, ismul zaman wa makan. Maf'il pattern. Huh? What will be the ismul fa'il? Anyone? Walada yalidu fa'il. No, maulud is the maf'ul. This is maulud, which is given, the child. Fa'il I'm talking about. Ismul fa'il. Very easy. Fa'il. Walid. Naam. Walidun. Walidun. Correct. Yes. Walid, the father. He's the fa'il now. And the child is the maulud. Maf'ul. Now. So walidun. And maulid is the maf'il pattern, right? Maf'il is the time because walada yalidu, it's bab daraba, like we learned in last lesson, bab daraba, as well as misal. It's you can say it's directly misal, we don't see anything, right? If you remember, uh, directly kasra, like wa'ada ya'idu maw'id, the place of promise or the time of promise. Maw'id. Mawlid, is it a place or time? It could be both. Ismu zaman or makan. Naam. We can use both, like maw'id also. Uh, Yani maw'id al-waqt or makan. It could be appointed time or place. Naam. Anything like that. Ismu zaman and makan have the same pattern. Maf'il or maf'al. Maf'al will be for bab fataha or nasara and naqis. Remember these three, right? These three for maf'al pattern. Like fataha will be like fataha yaftahu, the place of opening. Maftah you can say, but that's not used. Maybe something else. Kataba yaktubu maktab. Maktab, the place of writing. And then sa'a yas'a, to strive, to walk. So mas'a, right? To where you do sa'i, where you walk and so on. Sa'i, mas'a, mas'an. That is the maf'al pattern. And then jalasa yajlisu, majlis. That is for daraba, as well as wa'ada ya'idu, maw'id, the place and time, maw'id or walaja yaliju, to enter, maulij, the place of entering, walaja yaliju, or like that, dakhala yadkhulu madkhal, that is for that. So that is what is used, huh? And in this lesson we learned there's no reason for this lesson. It could be anything, mifal, mifal, or mifalatun. In the previous lesson there was a reason. Naam, there was a reason, either this bab or that bab. Here there's no reason at all. They made something, so we just go about it. Give last, give the plural of each of the following nouns. Talibatun, right? Talibatun, student. Tirazun. Tirazun is um oh, this is what, talibatun. Oh, this is not talibatun. Talibatun. And its plural is demand, right? This is a demand. Taliba. ما أكثر طالبات طالبات نعم طالبات طالبات the husband says, oh, so many demands here. طالبة طالبة and طالبات, demands. طراز طرز. طراز is a model, fashion, right? New models have come, she said, right? I mean atriza or طرز also is hmm? مطفف مطفف, it should be مطفف. Mutaffif, the one who steals. Wailul lil mutaffifin, right? So mutaffifun is the plural. And mikhlabun, they didn't give the plural of mikhlab. Mihjan, I don't know these plurals. They didn't give in the answers also. Let me search then. Makhalib or whatever. Mikhlab. Mikhlab is the clause, right? Makhlab. Mikhlab al jamu makhalib. I just guessed makhalib. Naam. Yeah, makhalib. Naam, it is makhalib. And mihjan, let me search. Mahajin, I don't know. Claws. Mihjan is a stick, right? The crooked stick, staff. Mihjan. Mihjan jama. Jam'u mihjan. Jam'u mihjan. Mahajin, yeah. Yeah, same thing. Mikhlab, makhalib, and mihjan, mahajin. Right. We can guess plurals, alhamdulillah. Vocabulary, naam. Talibatun, request, demand. Talibatun, demands. Saban, of course. Qamhun, wheat. Adasun, lentil, huh? Dal. Adasatun, lens. Adasat. I don't know what lens. He says lens. Mikhlabun, claw. He gave the plural here. Makhalibu. Tirazun, model. Toruzun, atrizatun. Right? Model, models. Ajwadu, ismu tafdil of Jayyid. Hmm. It's an eye lens. Oh. Adasatun is a lens. Eye lens. Oh, which you put here. Oh, okay. Ajwad, ismu tafdil of Jayyidun. Mutaffifun, one who weighs or measures less. Plural is mutaffifuna. Burrun, wheat. Qumh is also qamh and burr. Alatun, tool. Alatun, ismul alat. Tools, right? Instruments. Dhi'bun, wolf. Dhi'abun, wolves. Dhi'bun. Namir, a leopard or a tiger. And numur, numur is the plural. Namir, a leopard or tiger. Wailun, woe, affliction. Wailul lil mutaffifin. Curse. Wadda'a yuwaddi'u tawdi'. And this is form 2. We'll learn inshallah. To bid farewell. Tawdi'a. Yeah. ودع يودع توديع ما ودعك ربك وما خلا وداع, farewell, goodbye. Bara yabri, barian, to trim, sharpen a pencil. Bara yabri. So mibaratun is a pencil sharpener. Qala yakhli, qaliyan is to fry, right? Qala yakhli. So miqlatun. Also mif'alatun, this is. And this is also mif'alatun. Because this is naqis, you added an alif. Miqlatun, frying pan. Mahayamhu mahwan. Mahayamhu is to raise. So mimhatun, eraser. Kawayakwi kayyan. Kay, to iron. Mikwatun, iron, the instrument iron. Iron press. Safa yasfu safwan. Safa yasfu is to clean, to be pure and unpolluted. Safa, saf, safwan, safaan, safa, safin. Misfatun is a strainer or a filter. Misfat. Misfatun. Raqiya yarqa, ruqiyan. Ruqiyan is to climb, ascend. Like Sa'ida yas'adu is also to climb, right? Sa'ida yas'adu. It comes in the Quran. أو يكون لك بيت من زخرف. Or you should have a house of gold. أو ترقى في السماء. Or you should climb to the sky. ولن نؤمن لرقيك. And we will not believe in your ascension حتى تنزل علينا كتابا نقرأ. Until you bring a book from the sky and we should read it. Now, they said you should have gardens and everyone they said we want so many signs and so on. نقرأ. Allah says, "Khul subhana rabbi." Right? Glory be to my Lord. هل كنت إلا بشر رسولا. Right? I'm nothing but a bashar rasul. Right? A human being, a bashar and a messenger. Now, then Allah goes, وَمَا مَنَعَ النَّاسَ إِذْ جَاءَهُمُ الْهُدَى إِلَّا أَنْ قَالُوا أَبَعَثَ اللَّهُ بَشَرًا رَسُولًا. Only thing which stopped them from believing is that they said that, did Allah send a Bashar Rasul? So Allah said, قُلْ لَوْ كَانَ فِي الْأَرْضِ مَلَائِكَةٌ يَمْشُونَ فِي الْأَرْضِ مُطْمَئِنِّينَ. Say that if angels were walking on the earth, right, peacefully, then we would have sent Malakar Rasula. We would have sent an angel as a messenger, right? Yeah. So they said that make this mountain of gold and so on and so on. Mm. Allah also says, وَمَا مَنَعَ وَمَا مَنَعْنَا أَن نُرْسِلَ بِالْآيَاتِ إِلَّا أَن كَذَّبَ بِهَا الْأَوَّلُونَ. The only thing stopping us from sending ayats, signs, is because the previous people rejected. وَآتَيْنَا ثَمُودَ النَّاقَةَ مُبْصِرَةً. We have given Samud a naqa, right? They got the sign, but still they فَظَلَمُوا بِهَا. They rejected. Now, so even today, people say that, oh, we want a sign from the sky. You should climb to the sky, or a book should come. All these things. Allah says, وَمَا نُرْسِلُ بِالْآيَاتِ إِلَّا تَخْوِيفًا. We only send the signs as only as fearing the people. So if you don't believe, then the punishment will come to you. Yeah? So sign is not a plaything. Oh, we want a sign, and then you can reject it. Yeah? Because people who reject, then the whole city will be destroyed. Destruction will come on the city. وَكَمْ أَهْلَكْنَا مِنَ الْقُرُونِ مِنْ بَعْدِ نُوحٍ. How many cities have we destroyed after Nuh alayhi salam, right? Nashara yanshuru nashran to sa, minsharun, sa. So, why did I say ruqiyika? Mirqatun step. Walan nu'mina li ruqiyika. We will not believe your ascension. Nashara yanshuru nashran to sa. Minsharun is a sa. Harasa yahusu halsan to plow. Mihras, plow. Zalaja yazliju, zaljan to slide along. Mizlajun, sliding bolt. Which has on the windows, right? Mizlaj. Hakka yahukku hakkan to rub, scratch. Some scholars, if you said that if you're able to scratch your head and by following a sunnah or whatever, then do it following that sunnah. Right? I mean, if you know a hadith of scratching your head also, you should try to follow the sunnah. So hakka is used in that saying. Mihakkun touchstone. Mihak is a touchstone. If you touch the gold and you'll find it's correct or not, right? Paras. قص يقص قصا to cut. مقص, pair of scissors. قاد يقود قيادة to lead an animal by a halter. قادة, to lead an animal. To drive also. Right? ساق يسوق. مقود, halter, steering wheel. The animal's rein and the steering wheel of a مقود. حلب يحلب حلبا to milk an animal. حلب يحلب. And محلب, milking vessel. برد يبرد بردا to file. Mibradun is a file, a metal tool with a rough surface. A file, metal tool with a rough surface. Filing. Sa'ida yas'adu su'udan to climb, ascend. Mis'ad, elevator, lift. Qabada yakhbidu qabdan to seize grass. Grasp, huh? Seize, grasp. Miqbadun is a handle. Satara is yasturu satran, to draw lines, mistaratun ruler. So all these instruments, laiqa yalaqu la'qan, to lick. So milaqatun is a spoon, right? An instrument for licking. غرف يغرف غرفا, to scoop. مغرفتun is scoop. Large spoon, a ladle. مغارف is a plural. عصر يعصر عصرا is to press or squeeze, right? To grapes, olives, etc. معصرة is a press, the juicer, fruit juice, extracting oil or whatever. طرق يطرق, to strike metal with hammer. طرق is also to knock the door. So the mitraqatun is a hammer. Mitraqa. They say matre. We use file also to file nails. It's also there in nail cutter. Oh, those that type of file. Maybe yeah, that type of file. Um, Dalla ala shay yadullu is to denote dalalatun meaning. Qasa yaqisu qiyasan, to measure. Miqyas is a measuring instrument. Nasaha lahu yansahu nushan. Nasiha, to advise, exhort. Wasitatun means medium. Wasita, through through which wasait. Wasila. Bivasitati, by means of it. Bivasitati, by means of. So in this lesson we learned ismul ala. Three patterns, right? Mif'al, 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 and mif'alatun. Now, alhamdulillah, so it was a small lesson. Now, we'll not start today the lesson three. We'll just go through our notes. We didn't go through much. um, So this is the notes, right? Book three notes. LQ Mississauga. Mississauga. So, so he starts with form two and form three and form four. Now, inshallah, we'll not go through these forms because we did so many times, but we'll do. But anyways, we'll just go to form two maybe today. I just wanted to teach about uh, later on. I'll show you. Bafa'ala. So this is form two. We'll learn in lesson 16. What will be the next chapter number according to the old book? 8, lesson 8. Now, by the way, exams are there on the website. Yeah, you can try out. I put a lesson 1 to 5 examples. If you don't want to give lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, you can give only one exam for lesson 1 to 5. Just a simple exam. Inshallah. I have to put for this lesson 7. So I put a lesson 6 as well as 1 to 5 uh, test also, inshallah, quiz. Just choose the correct answer uh, on the website arabicenthusiast.wordpress.com. Bab Fa'ala. So inshallah, book one also I finished for each lesson, alhamdulillah, till lesson 23. I have to finish final exam for book one. And then inshallah, I'll start with book two exercises, Madina book two, for each lesson, inshallah. Yeah. And in between the exams also. So alhamdulillah, I hope to finish whenever possible, whenever it's possible. For each lesson, we should have a test, a quiz, right? Inshallah, on the website. Especially for book three, right? Book three, if you have a test, it'll motivate people to complete the book. Naam. So form two, this is ba fa'ala. So what is fa'ala? It's nothing. You have three letters, right? Fa'a kalima, ain kalima, and lam kalima. Naam. So this is the original letter fa'ala, like zahaba. You add another lam with the ain kalima with a sukun. So it becomes, you join them, then it becomes fa'ala. Fa'ala. Now this is mujarrad. This is called al-fa'alu sulasiyu al-mazid. So like nazala means he came down, right? Nazala means he came down. uh, Nazzala means he sent down. So he brought down. See, the meanings generally does not necessarily have to be like this, right? Kharaja means he came, and kharaja means he put up, brought up. No, we have to learn each meaning separately. Naam. So Nazala, he came down, Nazzala. But generally we can guess like that. Darasa, he learned, right? Darasa, I studied, he studied, and Darasa, he taught. So you're just doubling the middle letter, right? Ain kalima. Form two, that is what it is. Darasa, he taught, like mudarris. Qatala, he killed. Qattala, he massacred. So this form has some specialities that this will have balagha. Yani, they'll have, there'll be extensive action in it, or intensive it could be. He'll teach us in the lesson now. Like qatala is to kill. So he massacred, he killed everyone. Or it could mean he killed one person, but he made him into pieces. Right? So it could be extensive or intensive action. Like kasara, he broke. Kassara, he smashed. Right? So there's extreme, meaning in this. Kassara. Sabaha, he swam, but this is little different meaning. Sabbaha, he praised, glorified. Sabbaha. You might think something else. So we cannot guess the meanings of any forms, generally speaking. You have to understand them because Sabaha, because it's their which form they used for what. This is form two, right? This is form two. And then the form three we'll see later on. But that was form two, right? Right? More on form two. So form two, the conjugation is the same for Madi. The same for Madi. So fa'ala, fa'ala, fa'alu, fa'alat. Nothing we have to do now. Fa'ala, fa'ala, fa'alu, fa'alat, fa'ala, and so on. Right? Same things like darasa, darasa, darasu, daras, darasat, darasata, darasna. Right? Darastu, I taught. Where is this? This is the notes. You can download from the website resources. We've been using this for Madina book 1 and 2 also. Now, this is the notes, ARIC notes. If you Google on the website, if you go to the resources section, inshallah, you'll find the ARIC notes. It's called ARIC notes, Madina books. So darrasa, mudare will be yudarrisu. Why will it be a dhamma? Because the rule is if there are four letters, right, there are four ra, there are two double ra. So you have to give a mudara. So fa'ala yufa'ilu. And then once you see the conjugation, it'll be easier conjugation. Yudarrisu, yudarrisani, yudarrisuna. Same thing. Tudarrisu, tudarrisani, yudarrisna, tudarrisu. Same thing. Udarrisu, nudarrisu. And then fi'al amr will be darris. Why? You chop this and you give a sukun. There's no need to bring hamza because this is mutaharrik and this has a fatah. Darris teach, darris teach. And the masdar is only one pattern, tafa'il pattern. Right? In the mujarrad, we didn't have any patterns at all. We have to memorize. Oh, this is the masdar. This is the masdar. This is like fatah yaftahu fathan. Jala sayyid lisu julusan. Why julus and why fatah? There are like so many patterns. But in form two, in all these mazid fihi, this is called mazid fihi, right? um, there's only one pattern, which is form two. For form two, tafa'il. So this is also called as bab tafa'il. Right? Instead of numbers, the other people call bab tafa'il. I learn through numbers, so I teach through numbers. Some people don't like numbers. They teach this is as bab tafa'il or bab fa'ala, yufa'il, whatever. Bab tafa'il. So tadris is teaching. Tadris, masdar. Only one pattern. So nazzala, you can say the masdar is tanzil. Tanzilum min rabbil alamin. So many times it comes in the Quran. Where did it come from? It's form two, masdar from form two. And ismul fa'il, again, here you'll add a mu. It's not fa'il pattern. You'll take the mudare, change the ya into a mu. Right? For mazid fi, that's what you do. So yudarris becomes mudarris, the one who teaches. And maful is very easy. You take the kasra, make it a fatha. Mudarras, the student. We don't use this, but still, mudarras. Right? Very easy. Mudarris, mudarras. Munazzil, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, munazzal. Sabbah yusabbihu, musabbih, the person who glorifies, musabbah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, sabbah yusabbihu, tasbih, musabbih, musabbah. Qaddara yuqaddiru, estimate, taqdir, estimation, the taqdir which you have now, predestination. Muqaddir, muqaddar. Muqaddar we use in Urdu also, muqaddar, and the destiny. Kassara yukassiru, taksir, kassir, taksir, and mukassir, mukassar. The one who breaks and the one mukassar, like Jama mukassar, right? Broken plural. It came from this form too. Now, so this is what we'll have lesson 16 on this. That's 16, I guess, 16 or 17, whatever we have on this. So I just want to teach this because by the time we reach there, inshallah, we'll have some idea of the forms. So this is what form two, right? Form two, form two, form two. Right? Bab fa'ala. Now, bab fa'ala, bab fa'ala. Because it's very confusing to have a good grip on. So this is form two, right? Form two is fa'ala, fa'ala, yufa'ilu, fa'il, taf'il, mufa'il, mufa'al. You see, this is form two. So focus on one bab at a time and try to remember that. Form two means ain kalima is double. Right? That's why it's called two, double trouble. Now, fa'ala. Now, we'll go through this later on, maybe. He's just teaching that Mujarrad has six babs, and then Mazid has form two, form three, form four, form till 10. And then we have Rubai and Mazid Rubai also. Four-letter verbs. We'll learn, inshallah, in lesson 25, 26. Four-letter verbs. Fa'alala, tafa'alala, if'anlala, if'alala. Very rare four-letter verbs, right? Four-letter verbs is very rare. The major concept is three-letter verbs. More than that, mm, both are common. Yeah, both are common. This is the major concept which all the verbs come. Four letter verbs is like very rare, right? Four letter verbs are very rare. Tarjama, you tarjimu, and so on. And then you can divide them also. In this, all of this, we have Sahih and Mu'tal and so on. Yeah? And then wow, I just want to, so we can classify this verb as, and so on. Classification of verbs is teaching. Um, Declension, we've seen this nouns declension, secondary endings. Lesson number one, this is all right. We saw this when we did. This is what I want to start. I want to little bit explain, inshallah, for 5-10 minutes, inshallah. Ashartu, condition. Ashartu, because it will come in lesson 13. I think lesson 13, 14, 15. Talab, jawabu talab, shart, jawabu shart. Um, shart. So what is shart is condition, right? We know condition. If you do this, I'll do that. If you go here, I'll do this and that. Now that is shart. In next lesson, we are not learning this. In the next 3 or 4 lessons, no. But this is a little difficult because there are some conditions when fa should come, when fa should not come, and when should we make it majzoom, when not. Because there are some things like in tafal afal. So in makes two verbs as majzoom. If you do, I'll do. In takul, akul. If you eat, I'll eat. So it'll make it majzoom. And sometimes the jawab also comes. So he teaches, right? So he says that why ida is also a shart. When ida is ghayru jazima, but nothing. It does not. It's ghayr. It does not make it jazim. And jazim means it does not make it majzoom. Uh, it's called ghayru jazima. There are some which make it majzoom, which some which do not. Now, even if you understand 5-10%, it's okay, right? وَإِذَا سَمِعُوا اللَّغْوَ أَعْرَضُوا عَنْهُ. So when they hear, laghu means bad speech, ill speech. What they do? They turn away from it. So you see, there's a condition, right? When they hear this, they turn away. So there are 2-3 parts of a shart. Uh, Basically 2 parts, but in the first part there are 2 parts in it again. So there's the shart condition, and then there's a jawabu shart. If you do this, this will happen, or this I'll do, whatever. There's a shart and jawabu shart. Remember, all this shart and jawabu shart, whatever I'm telling, is not is only important uh, when you're composing stuff. Because even if you don't understand what is a shart or not, you can literally translate and then get away with it. So don't worry shart and jawabu shart so much. When fa should come and when, because there's a long list of names. اسمية طلبية وبجامد وبما وبلن وبتقن وبقد وبالتنفيس. All these will get fa, right? اسمية طلبية وبجامد وبما وبلن وبقد وبالتنفيس, right? And so on. These will get fa, and while they'll get, there's just, it's just the way it is. So don't worry so much about shart and jawab shart. You can literally translate without any knowing anything. Shart iza is when they hear, they'll turn off. Laghu, they turn away from it, right? But we'll learn, inshallah, we'll try to understand. Iza is an instrument of condition. So when you want to give a condition, you have to bring an instrument, right? Like if she does this, this should happen, right? If, like in English, we use if, or when, or whatever, right? Or whenever, or wherever, whatever. Yeah? I mean, whatever. Right? You can use these instruments. These are called adatu shart. hmm? Adatu shart. In this example, iza is in adatu shart, right? The condition is iza, adatu shart. Adatu shart signifies a shart, a conditional clause. So you are starting a sentence with a condition, and there are many adawatu shart. There are many of them, right? Mahma, man. You can use whatever shart. And generally, adatu shart belongs to one of two categories. One is jazim, which makes majzoom, right? One which change the verb in shart and jawabu shart to majzoom, and ghayru jazim, one which do not change at all, right? Like Iza belongs to this group. It doesn't change. Iza Sami'u doesn't do anything. Iza is not an Amil. Amil means which forces the other ones to change. Iza is passive. It doesn't change. Adatu shart changes the meaning of shart and jawabu shart to future. Remember, conditions are generally all the time for future, right? When they do this, whenever you do this, wherever you go, I will go. It's future, future, future. So shart is always future, even if you're using the past tense. So when they hear the vain talk, right? Aradu anhu, they turn away from it. See, samya is when they hear. We're not saying when they heard, right? When they heard, no, future tense. Future, future, future. Now, even if the verbs are fi'al madin. Now, so so this is called adatu shart. Even if you understand 5%, 10%, it's okay. Now, then we have the verb of condition, because we have to have a condition with verbs, right? If you go there, I cannot make a condition. If the house is big, again, a verb should come any place. If the house is big, or if the class is small, I'll not enter it, or whatever, right? So there should be a fa'alu shart, a verb of condition. Now, in this example, sami'u is the fa'al of shart. Fa'al of shart will always be fa'al madin or mudar. You cannot bring amr. You cannot say, uh, yeah, you cannot say if hit me or whatever. If you hit me, that will become, it's not command, right? So it should be madi or mudari. Yeah. And if adatu shart is jazim, then fail mudari will become majzum. If it is jazim, like in comes here, whatever, then if mudari is coming, majzum. Why madi will not become majzum? Because we cannot see it, right? Because we cannot see it. So that is why Madi will anyways is Mabni, right? So we won't see. If Mudada is used, then you can see it Majzum. So this is called Fi'lu Shart. Then we have Jawabu Shart, right? Jawabu Shart. Okay. So we had the Adatu Shart, the instrument, right? Iza, Man, whatever, Mahama, Haisuma, anything could be instrument. Then we have Fi'lu Shart, the verb. If you do this, then Jawabu Shart. And jawab is a'radu anhu. Here the jawab is a'radu anhu. Right? This is a jawab shart. Jawab shart can be nominal or a verbal sentence. It can be, you can use jumla ismiya or jumla fa'liya, anything. Right? There's not a necessary that it should be a verb or whatever. You can use jumla shart. Jawab shart is prefixed with a fa. This is important. Right? Why will a fa come? If it meets certain conditions, if it is a nominal sentence or there is a talab in it. Huh? So if there's a talab, what is talab? Talab means demand, request. And when there's a demand, either there's a command, right? Fail amr or lam al amr. When you're commanding something, you're demanding that person to listen to you. Or there could be a prohibition, nahi, don't do this, don't do that, right? Don't do this, don't do that. So that could be a nahi. Or it could be a question. You want an answer. So talab means three things. Because in lesson 13 it'll come, it'll be so much. That's why I'm trying to, you know, we trying to, because people get shocked. Oh, what is this talab, jawab talab, and then getting far and not, yeah. And then talab means three things. So always remember, talab means three things. Amr, nahi, istifham, right? Amr nahi, because that's what is talab is, right? You are requesting something, either you want him to do something, or you want him to stop doing from something, or you want an answer to why he's doing something, right? So that is called talab. So there are some, if there's a talab, there'll be a fa, and if it's a nominal sentence also, there'll be a fa. Now, if the jawabu shart is prefixed with a fa, now this is the most confusing part. We learn, inshallah, in future, I mean, the next few pages, that if shart comes, right, then you have to make two verbs. Tadzimu fi'alain, it will make two verbs majzum. But if fa comes, then you don't make it majzum, right? So if the jawabu shart is prefixed with a fa, then the fi'l mudare is not made majzum, because the fa is like a barrier, right? It's a bulletproof vest. If you put fa, you cannot make it majzum, right? The bullets will not hit him, may hit the jawabu shart. We'll see the examples of this. This might be theoretical. So for example, two categories. So ghairu jazim, as of now, he teaches only one, iza. Iza, like the words, إذا تتلى عليه آياتنا قال أساطير الأولين. إذا تتلى, when our verses, tutla is tala yatlu, and then it's majhul. Tala yatlu, yatlu becomes yutla, and then yutla becomes tutla, because ayat is muannas. غير غير عاقل plural. إذا تتلى عليه. So if verses are recited on him, ayatuna, our verses, what happens? قال أساطير الأولين. He says, story, right? Story, or we use asatir, stories of the previous people. Awal. So this is ghayru jazim. So nothing happens with iza. Iza is the easiest of all the shart. So anytime you see in the Quran iza, that means there's a condition going on. Idha ja'a nasrullahi wal fath. If you see the people, if Allah's help comes, what will happen? You'll see the people entering into Islam. Idha ja'a nasrullahi wal fath. So إذا تتلى عليه آياتنا, or any time إذا there's a condition, when, and we translate as when. Now there's no problem at all, there's nothing to learn here at all. Now the problem is with this jazim. All these are, they make it majzum. If fail mudara is coming, they'll make it majzum, right? Like in means if. In tazhab azhab. See, tajzimu fi'lain. Two verbs will become majzum. Fi'lani, fi'laini. Two verbs. In tazhab azhab, right? In tazhab azhab. If you go, I'll go. Right? And both the verb fi'lu shart, jawab shart are made majzum. Ayyu, right? Ayyu, whichever. Ayyu kitabin taqra aqra. Whichever book you read, I'll read. Man tas'al asal. Whoever you'll ask, I'll ask. Whatever. As'alhu. Man. Aynama. Wherever. Aynama takunu yudrikkumul maut. Yudrik. Not yudrikukumul maut. Yudrikkumul maut. And wherever you are, death will catch you. Right? Ma. Right? Ma tashrab, ashrab. Whatever you drink, I drink. So remember all these, in man, ayyu, aina, ma, mahma, whatever. So wherever, whatever. Mahma taqulu, aqul. Mahma taqul, aqul. Whatever you say, I'll say. Mata, whenever you go, mata tadhab, adhab. Whenever you go, I'll go. So like that, right? It'll make two, right? So these are called adawatu shart. So he gives examples for all this, right? Ida, we learned this exam. In tansurullaha yansurkum wa yuthabbit aqdamakum. See, in came. So tansuru, you drop the noon. Majzum with dropping the noon. Tansurullah. If you help Allah, if you support Allah, yansurkum. See, majzum. Jawabu shart, majzum. See, majzum. So you see, noon is dropped, majzum here. And then here also, you see majzum sukun. Yansurkum. Allah will help you and support you. And we subbit again. Wow came again. You subbit aqdamakum. Once you learn shart and jawabu shart, you see it all the places, and it's so beautiful to realize that there's a shart going on. Now you feel the sweetness of in yantansurullah yansurkum wa thabbit aqdamakum. If you help Allah, Allah will help you. Allah will support you. Now, man faman ya'mal mithqala zarratin khayran yarah. Right? Ya'mal sukun. Whoever does an atom's weight of good, he will see. Yara, there should be a ya, right? We learned in Naqis, majzum with a dropping of the harfu illa. The weak letter is dropped. Right? So yara, the alif maksura is dropped. Yarahu. Right? Wama taf'alu min khairin ya'allamhu Allah. Taf'alu, dropping of the noon, majzum. Whatever good you do, Allah knows it. Ya'allamhu. Majzum. Ayya mu'jamin najidhu fil maktabati nashtarihi. See, najid sukun and nashtarihi dropping. Majzum. Mata tusafir, usafir. Whenever you travel, I will travel. Right? Aina taskun, askun. Wherever you stay, I'll stay. Mahma taqul nusaddiqqa. Whatever you say, we will believe you. Saddaqa yusaddiqu is to believe. So this is what, right? I think this is enough, right? We'll learn inshallah whenever we get time about dukhulul fa. So what we learn ultimately, there's something called condition, and there's some three things we'll see, right? Adatu shart, the particles like in, all these are all these are adawatu shart. Ida, in, ayyuman, aina, mama. It's not necessary to memorize anything, but I'm just saying, right? We'll just translate them, right? All this, and then there'll be a fi'lu shart, the fi'l of shart, right? If it is mudare, and if it is jazim, if iza comes, we don't do anything. We don't do anything for iza. Nothing happens. But if these people come, and if it is mudare, then we have to make it majzum. Not madi. Madi, nothing happens. And that to two verbs, not one, two. We learned lam and lamma and lamul amr. All these, will make one verb majzum. But here two, double. Right? In tazhab, azhab, the jawabu shart will also get a majzum. Right? With jawabu shart will also get a majzum. Okay. But there are some things which sometimes fa will come. So when fa comes, it's a bulletproof vest. It'll stop all the majzum for the jawab or shart. So the jawab can take a fa, and it will happen in nominal sentence or the talabiya and amr nahi ismiyatun talabiyatun jamid laisa is coming, wabi ma if ma is coming, wabi qad is coming, wabi seen this tanfi is seen or saufa is coming. So all this will come. Then what will happen? See, wa idha sa'alaka ibadi anni fa inni qareeb. Why inni qareeb? Because this is jumla ismiya, right? Jumla ismiya. So 90% of the time, or not 90, 60, 50 to 60% time, you will see a fa. You will see 50-50 maybe. 50-50, you will see a fa. So when it will not come, instead of remembering when it will come, you can remember when it will not come. If fail madi is coming, can we stop? Nam. Yes, I'm stopping. Nam. I'm just summarizing. If fail madi is coming or mudare is coming, nam, then you'll not see a fa. Naam. If anything else comes, then you might see a fa. Right? If fail madi or mudari, you'll not see a fa. Inshallah, we'll talk about this, inshallah, in the next class. But whenever it's possible, inshallah. Ta'ala. Barakallahu fikum. Jazakallahu khairan. Subhanak Allahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. We'll continue. Ma'arifa nakira. In this lesson, we are nothing new. It's just ma'arifa and nakira. Barakallahu fikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.